Okay, welcome everybody to the GT4 doubleheader round 4 at Oulton Park. This is the 2021 Fall Championship Series, and right now we have a lot of drivers that just exited the pits for the qualifying round. Josh Willis is out front, and he is going to be in P1 as far as this outlap starts out. I'm Jay Alvarez, and with me I have Morrison, who just needs to hit drive, and then yep, just needs to hit drive. And thank you for the host 949 Sim Racing and Racer X for the follow. Appreciate that. Just give us a few seconds here to get everything going, as we're going to be doing picture-in-picture this go-around. Hopefully you guys can enjoy that, as should be a lot more dynamic. Right now we're both following the same driver, but we'll switch that up in a second. We got car number 54. So D. Carter has joined us with the Area 52 Sim Racing team, so that's a third driver for them. As right now in the standings, it might not be that high on the team standings, but because it is a two-car setup. So I'll be sticking on Josh Willis, and Matt Morrison will stay on Carter there, so you can take a look at both these drivers. We're still in the outlaps. Vulcan Bakirdan, thank you for the follow. Webcase knows this driver. We still have not seen him perform yet. We are cautiously optimistic about his times, but everyone says he's very fast. Morrison, have you seen this driver yet, or you know a little bit about him?
I've heard the stories, and the stories are that he is very, very fast. So it's been a topic all week. He kind of came in and was like, "Hey, I think it was Danny Baisden who came in and said, "Hey, can I have a friend come over?" And we're like, "Yeah, sure. The more the merrier, no problem." And he came in here and we're like, "Oh, is he fast? Is he slow? Like, what's his deal?" And Basin's downplayed him a lot. Said, "Oh, he's pretty quick. He's not that bad. He's a few tenths off of me." And well, we all know Danny Basin's pretty quick. So I'm assuming David Carter here is going to be just as quick as the rest of the Area 52 guys.
Yeah, as we drop the picture-in-picture, just to show you, Danny Basin is now P1 with a 142.1. Allard Mesa with a 142.8. Kerstetter, Area 52, he's also 143.0 flat. Masachero's also flat, just a couple hundredths off of each other on these drivers. Chronotis comes out of nowhere, and he's got a 143.8, as well as Raza with a 143.803. Josh Willis, who was P1 at the start, he is already down to 8th place right now, as we have Diego Masachero with a 144.6. Kostovich in that KTM, he's coming in hot with that 949 Sim Racing. I don't know, what did he call that? A lawnmower with a bigger motor. That's a 142.9 out of him.
I was giving Andreas Masachero some flack this week about him and his lawnmower, but yeah, I forgot Kostovich and his lawnmower as well.
Your neighborhood pizza guy. Oh, wow. Carter is quick. He holds the record right now. We have a 142.090 out of David Carter, and that is the third driver to attach himself to the Area 52 Sim Racing. And we do have a drop week, so even they weren't here for the first doubleheader, but they have scored massive points as a team since then. Right now we have the North American Peruvian Sim Racing team with 284 points. Area 52 Sim Racing is at 230 points. Greendale Community College is at 209, and Beetlejuice shortly behind with a 167. And rounding the top 5 out is Third Eye Racing with 161. Going to the top of the driver lineup, as far as this season so far, we have Allard Mesa with 149 points, Daniel Baisden with 136, Andreas Masacerdo with 133, Diego Masacerdo with 118, and at the top 5, we have Josh Willis with a 116, rounding it off. Riley Menier was not here last week, so he did not start that race, but he has 101 in P6, as well as Honorud Sundar with 100 points after him. Oh, and going back, do we have any difference in times? We have Baisden slightly improving on his time. Allard Mesa has slightly improved on his time. Kostovich is on an invalid lap. Andreas Masacerdo is 0.2 off his time, but it's not going to be enough to really drop him anywhere. Maybe P3 if he's lucky.
Yeah, and David Carter went quicker still on his last lap.
Wow, he's holding the Sector 1 and 2 best right now. Sector 3 goes to Mesa, who's on an invalid lap. And that is a decent pass that he makes, but he's losing some time to lap traffic, so that's unfortunate for Andreas there. Oh, this man is an alien. Hey there, Mateo. Welcome to the stream. We have David Carter, who's already almost 0.2 off his time, going quicker through Sector 1.
Just keeps going and going. He's like the Duracell bunny.
He's still doing great. Through that chicane, he didn't lose too much time, which is what you want to see out of any driver, but wow.
He lost in the exit, but yeah, he gained through the entry in middle.
Ooh, I don't know what happened there, though. As he went through that straight, he's lost some time. And he's only he is not going to be improving upon his time, as Baisden also is not going to improve on his time. We have Andreas Masacerdo with 0.3 off of his time right now, and he is going to be going down through Sector 3. And let's see if he does well. Mateo, we're doing good. It's good to hear you're doing good. Your Spanish is not too well. Oh, it's both the Masaceros right now are about 3/10 now. 3/10 off their time as he's rounding that corner, going down that straight. He's going to improve upon his time. Andreas Masacero goes across the line, only gets 5th fastest. Oh, that's got to be hard. It's got to be rough knowing that you're improving so much off your time. Diego was on an invalid lap at the end there. I don't see any other drivers.
On the quick lap, goes 3rd overall, Kostovich.
Oh wow, look at that. We have the lawnmower going 3rd fastest in that KTM. And we have Mesa crossing the line, and we have 7 seconds left on this clock. A lot of these drivers, if they don't cross the line in just a few seconds, they're going to be... okay, there's Pickrell. He's the first to cross the line, and he is done with his qualifying. So we have a few drivers that were able to pull through that, as a lot of these drivers have just already opted to go into the pits. We could see Kostovich is doing pretty well. He's a little bit off of his delta, but only by a couple hundredths right now. So we have Kerstetter.
Is 0.3 up on his time right now.
Yeah, Ed Kersetter's gonna go 5th fastest. Just takes that position right back from Andreas.
Riley Menier. Nearly 0.7 up on his time.
Wow. That's a massive improvement for Riley Menier as he goes 7th fastest. This is a tight group we have here. We have the best driver going a 142 flat all the way to P7 with a 142.6. And then we have Josh Willis. He's already up 3/10 off of his time. He's one of the last drivers to be going across the line, and he only goes 12th fastest with the
It's
143.6.
3/10 up at one
He's
point.
invalid off of his lap. He just
Oh, he
invalidated.
is. That's
It's
unfortunate for him.
yeah.
That was gonna be a quick lap time.
Jarek Snyder's the last of who we got that is crossing that line. And I believe car number 55 was able to place a lap. Jarek Snyder just holds P18 off of that. So we are rounding that out. We will.
Well, if that qualifying session is anything to dictate how this race is going to go, it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, 7 top tier drivers all within the 142s is definitely its own alien moment. So we have actually just to inform everybody, I have Morrison with me, who's going to be doing the picture-in-picture on jumping around a little bit, but he's going to be following the backfield. And while we have time, I'm going to just briefly go into the Track Legends Sim Racing GT4 series. We have the Area 52 on the front lines, both of them, as they have a pretty sporting livery to go with them. That's Based and Carter really just battling each other, and then that kind of wonderful KTM over there for the 949 Sim Racing. And then here's where you have it. The 3 the 3 double striped Naps team. They're going to be trying to bully their way into getting that P1 and 2, as the Area 52 and the Naps are the top contenders for this season so far, as we have Greendale Community College sitting in 3rd place on the team standings. And then there's a TWP Racing of Ali Raza in the mix with Chronotis and Pickerel of the Rich Energy Totally Legit Racing team right there. Which livery do you find most appealing right now, Morrison?
I can't choose just one. The TWP cars look fantastic with the pink and white. The Flying Lizard cars look basically, it's like 2 cars in one. When you look at it from the left side, it's silver, and you look at it from the right side, it's black. The Top Coast Locos cars look amazing. Again, you have the Beetlejuice with Eric, looks amazing. The Third Eye Racing looks cool. And of course, the Area 52 guys, I've looked at that car up close, and it's very detailed. And then my favorite has to be the Totally Legit Racing team. That's just a catchy livery on its own.
Yeah, and they actually have all 3 drivers here today, so that's going to be interesting for them to be up there. Maybe they'll score some good points as a team.
They definitely need it, that's for sure. They've had some very rough races the first few rounds, so they're looking for some massive point gain.
I think it's the real battle though is between these BMWs and those Camaros, with a KTM just thrown in the mix for good measure, as we
Just for some excitement.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be some massive excitement. We're gonna be going through a full formation lap, and so once the race starts in 15 seconds, they will take a full lap to heat up their tires. Now, one thing we could talk about, since we already have our P1 is going to be moving out there, I'll quickly go on board with this driver, and from your perspective, Morrison, why don't you walk us through this initial corner? How would we take it through this lap?
So the first corner, it's a really fast right-hander. It's really deceiving. You brake late, turn in hard, catch all the curb you can on the right side. Use the curb on the outside, but this is a British track, so the track limits are a little bit different. So you have to keep both left side tires within the white line for it to count as your lap. Or you go outside of that, you're going to get a track warning. Then you come downhill into a fast left-hander that it tightens on exit, and so you turn in late apex it, and come off nice and straight. Coming down this nice long straight, you're wide open, you're getting all the gears that you can, and then going into the next corner, it's like a dab on the brakes, turn, and then back on throttle as quick as you can, because you don't want to. These GT4s actually could possibly do it wide open. I personally can't. I'm not that talented. I'm not an alien. And then straighten it back out, down all the way down to about second, maybe first gear to this really, really banked right-hander. It's a really fun corner to drive. It shoots you off on exit. It shoots you up really, really hard. And then you're holding to the right side of the track and braking in a straight line as much as you can for this tight chicane. You'll see the GT4 cars will use all the curb. You're going to do a left, then a right, and then a left again. Onto the, I think it's called the back straight, I believe what they call this. I'm not familiar with the turn names at Oulton Park, but this is a really fun straightaway. It kind of rises and then dips back down. And then you're going to come into probably the tightest corners on the track. This chicane here is really, really difficult. It's a great passing opportunity. You can really dive it up the inside on the right-hand side. And then the exit off that chicane, you're going to come to a quick right-hander. You have to slow down more for that corner than you think. You don't think you have to, but you actually do have to slow down quite a bit for that corner. Then you're going to run uphill, which is kind of, it's straight away, but it constantly turns to the left the entire time. Uphill, and then the fun set of like double apex corners here. It's really cool. You brake in a straight line and kind of center off the first one, and then you're back on throttle pretty quick to get to the second apex of that corner. And then on the exit, the track actually curves to the right. So you're coming off a right-hand corner going to the left side of the track, but the track actually continues to the right. So you have to kind of like use the curb to your advantage. Long back straight here. It's really nice. From inside the car, it tightens, it feels like. And then to this final corner, which is a right-hand corner, it kind of dips in for positive camber, and then it drops off. And looks like we're getting ready to come up to the start. So Jay, I'll hand it back over to you.
Yeah, it's a great explanation. As we start, you'll definitely notice that we're going to be on picture-in-picture. It'll change a little bit, but we're always going to start this race off with the start of this race. Oh, as we're green. We have the Area 52s already out ahead. Oh, as they touch each other going through that corner. That was not something that you want to see out of a team.
They didn't listen to the team orders, apparently.
Yeah, as we have Mesa already taking P3 from that KTM and Kerstetter there. And we're super clean so far.
Yep, we definitely made it to the first few corners, and we're on the semi-good straight here.
That is some smooth driving. You
love to see it.
Yeah, well, you hate to see a teammate tap you down the first corner. You hope that that's the only time that's going to happen. Because this KTM's battling Kerstetter. Kostovich is really holding his own. And that lawnmower he calls a car.
Looks like Riley Minier got in between the Masichetto brothers.
Look at that. And that's something you're going to be seeing from this picture-in-pictures. We'll get some extra added bonuses. We do have Riley Minier in a Naps sandwich. I think that's one of the fun things I like about the GT4 series as far as watching it, is that you get some really close, tough, tight-knit battles, and only one driver so far is off the track. It looks like we have a little bit of contact from some of these drivers. Who is 252? Jorge Barrera is pulling back from the backfield. Looks like he had a misstep or something.
don't see any incidences between Barrera and anybody. Maybe he just lost it and there was a chain reaction.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he just lost it because it does show there's a little bit of contact so far from car number 27, 84, 67, 747, 777, and 85. Already a little bit of light touching. But this is a series to be able to do it. Ooh, looked like that back end slightly came out from Baisden, but maybe I was wrong. Look at that KTM there, Morrison. He's really just holding his own and stick it into the backside of Mesa.
Yeah, that KTM, I mean, I'm surprised. Well, I'm not surprised, but I am surprised he can make it this quick. This KTM is really, really darty. You turn the wheel and it goes that direction. Looks like he's under some fire right now from one of the Camaros.
Oh, yeah, it looks like Ed Kerstetter just passed him.
That's a bold move right there. That's a good send up the inside. Kostovic gave him some space. He's back on him again. He's not letting him go.
And we have Riley Meneers creeping in close on one of the Monticellos. Oh, as we have both the Rich Energy team is they were right on top of each other for a second. And I'm gonna follow Provolone if you want to maybe maintain a good lead. Look at the Mesa or Carter because it looks like they're still. Well, says Kostovic is only 0.2 off of Kerstetter.
Yeah, it's getting tight up front. We have just like a paper thin between Mesa and Carter right now. And they're both hitting on Baisden. Oh, wow. Mesa used all the curve. He jumped the car, basically, is what he did. Luckily in the GT4s, you can get away with that. It doesn't hurt the car too much to take all the curve you can. But it doesn't help your lap time.
True, and we have in chat Wellcave saying Kosi is harassing people in another episode of Pimp My Go-Kart. It's definitely doing the harassing part. As we have Snyder here trying to have a go at Jet Engelman as one of the Rich Energy drivers. Maybe he's going to try to go double wide through this next corner. He gets up there.
Ooh, Mesa all over the back of Carter in the turn one. Couldn't do anything with it, but he was basically pushing him through the corner. Oh, he's flashing the lights too. Oh, he turned the lights on.
Yeah, and we forgot to add that the track is optimum. Track temps is 34 degrees. Winds are 7 kilometers an hour. Still pretty good weather. I don't think we're going to see anything to change. We are in the UK, though, and rain can hit like off a drop of the dime. As we see Ray Frias and Eric Miller just holding their own, and they are all in a line. Oh, as Snyder goes wide. Oh, thankfully he didn't collect Ray there, but Jarek Snyder's in the wall. He's going to be pulling back to P21 off that move. Just went a little bit too far wide on that left-hander. And he paid for it.
Unfortunate, Snyder. Snyder's one of my cool guys here in the league. I really like him a lot. I'm very sad to see that. Oh, we have a battle for second. Mesa and Carter going side by side into these double right-handers. Oh, there's contact. Mesa's in the dirt. Gets back on the track. Oh, wow. They kept it going side by side. They're crowding each other up at the final corner. Carter has the preferred line on the inside. It's like he's going to shove Mesa out. No, he keeps his line. Mesa goes wide just a tad. Holds him. Carter holds Mesa off for a second right now. That was some close battle, and they held side by side for nearly 4 corners in a row. Looks like they're still battling coming to the, and that allowed Kerstetter and Kostovic to close in too. That's the thing too, when you battle somebody, you're slowing yourselves down. It allows the people behind you to catch up, and that allowed Kerstetter and Kostovic in his go-kart to catch up.
Yeah, as we have Kostovic only 2/10 off of the driver ahead of him, Kerstetter. So we have. Oh no! Oh, Jesus! I don't even know which flying lizard that was, but Eric Miller's in the dirt. So is Ray Frias, as well as Jet Engelman, who is off the track. That was these drivers going side by side through that straight, and Jet was the one that was collected in that incident. It looked like Jet, as far as this incident's concerned on race control, it says Jet hit Ray Frias on that, and that may not be true, but that's what it's saying on Race App, and it's unfortunate both these drivers come to a slow stop. Yikes. Yeah. Oh, and there's Santiago Roscoe going wide through that chicane, allowing for Erica Cassian and Snyder to go ahead as Jet goes into the pits. I hate to see it this early in the race.
Yeah, Jet's had a rough couple weeks. He was out early last week at Hungaroring too, and I know he was looking forward to this race. Still have a battle for second. Mesa wants around Carter bad, but he just cannot find the space. That Camaro, it's a big car, and it basically takes up all of Oulton Park right now. Showing him the nose. Nothing there. Oh, he's on the inside. Ooh, that hole closed up fast.
Lodge. Yeah, Lodge is one of the back corners. I think that's that right-hander before the final right-hander. If I'm not mistaken, Lodge is either one of the two. And Whelpcakes was saying Lodge is OP on the inside. Especially with that kink before the line. If Costa gets around, he's going to sling bananas like Mario threw bananas.
We having Mario jokes right now?
Apparently, yeah. I thought this driver was a lot closer, but it's showing that he's not. We'll drop back. It looks like we are in a very tough battle for position in the top 7. We have Riley Manier on the heels of Diego Masachero, but he's only half a second off of him. And we have Josh Willis in P9, who's already 3.2 seconds off of P8. I hear Tracklicious is doing this thing at Laguna. You hear about something like that? Yep, it's going to be, the specifics are on October 10th. They're going to be doing an endurance mixed class event.
Hang on, Jay. We got a battle for second. Mesa went on the inside of Carter, but it didn't work. They're side by side going up to the third corner, I believe. Carter on the inside, Mesa. Oh, there's a little bit of contact.
He holds it.
Wow, that was close. Mesa sent it up on the inside on turn 1, and it almost paid off for him.
It is insane how he did hold that. You can see the speed that Mesa's holding and staying just slightly off that driver. Wow.
You get on the back of Mesa.
Kerstetter at some point has closed that gap and overtaken Kostovic there, so...
Kostovic was already behind Kerstetter.
Oh, then that was from the initial laps, yeah.
Yeah. It did happen. You are right, but it happened a while ago.
As we're going to see the Area 52 holding P1, P2, and P4 so far. 18 minutes left on this race. That is no good for Allard Mesa, who is sitting in between them. His teammates are just a few positions back.
No, Mesa's going to have some sweaty palms right now trying to
no.
catch Carter and then defend off Kerstetter.
We have a backfield incident again as Ray Frias And Eric Cassian. Oof. Yeah, Eric Miller and Ray Frias had some contact, and it sent Ray out of it. It is a battle in the top 7, 8 maybe. I'll say top 8. These drivers. Unfortunately, well, Cakes, the top 10. If you're within the top 10, you only get points for the top 2 drivers. So the third driver, despite Kerstetter's great position, even if he finished P3, those points would not be allotted. They would only get the double points, which is P1 and 2. Riley Meniere's having a... Ooh, that's some great defending from...
Oh, yeah. Meniere's going on the inside there. It's like Monticello was able to hold him off. Oh, Rayleigh jumping the curbs. That's not fast.
Yeah, you hold on that battle, and if anything pops out, we do have...
Yeah, you jump back into the lead. That lead's getting really good.
Yeah, we do have these drivers literally 2/10 off of Baisden. Carter, who had alien times, was P1 off of the initial. These drivers did bump right at the start of the race, so you hope that they're not upset with each other, because should be some team orders here. Don't hit me on this initial turn, or let's not go too wide.
Yeah, the goal of having teammates is to, number one goal of having a teammate, not hit each other.
Oh, absolutely.
Unfortunately, I didn't listen to that.
And you could see those double red stripes really just menacing as they are behind their counterparts in the Area 52.
Kostovich is on the inside of Kerstetter. He's on the wrong side of the track for the next turn, unfortunately. Yeah, Kerstetter was able to hold him off. That's something interesting going into that left, right, left. The Camaro uses basically all of the curb, having basically either the left or the right side tires into the dirt, and Kostovich in his KTM not using the curb. He stays very, very close to it, but doesn't touch it.
Well, you got to remember that lawnmower is, compared to that Camaro, he's probably looking at the top of his wheel well when he's driving past him, so you can only see so much.
He probably can't even see what's in front of the Camaro, so he's driving off of braille, basically.
Yeah, can definitely see it.
He's got a run on him up into the final corner, looking to the inside.
Oh, he tapped that driver. That was contact, as you saw him going to that right-hander. Alvarez Mesa gave a little love tap to Carter there, as he's already done at the previous lap. And briefly, we'll look at Kostovich here. And Whelpcake says, you know what would make that KTM lighter? Throw the extra pipes and garbage just hanging out in the back. So you could take a look at it. It does look like it's holding some nonsensical stuff in that rear. But, you know, after our KTM spec race that we did during the midseason break, if I ever thought there was going to be a KTM, you know, being competitive in a GT4 league, I mean, Kostovich is showing us, and proving us wrong, that there is a competitive KTM out there. And it is P5 right now.
Yeah, I would definitely say what Kostovich is doing is, you know, don't try this at home, because he's not human.
Thanks for the bits, Whelpcakes. He's saying that 5 bits should cover the oil change for that KTM. Well, your mistake would be one of those, you know, famous mistakes. You know, you just hate to see it.
Yeah, hate to see it.
And we still have these drivers.
Wide.
Oh,
Top three are within
3/10 of each
second.
other right now. And that KTM is sticking on Kerstetter like glue. He is, 1/10, 2/10 through these corners. His pace has been strong. Just briefly to the difficult Oulton, Mike B might be Mike B. Difficult the Oulton overtake is. And then Whelpcake says KTM Stan for can't take that Mario. Morrison, we were just talking about this earlier, but there are some spots on Oulton Park where you can overtake. You do have Lodge, as Whelpcakes was talking about. And then you do have
the corner the leaders are coming up to now. This little this chicane here on the back. That's a great opportunity. That's a great. If you get a run on the other chicane, you can definitely get them into this one. We've seen some passes where I didn't think you could pass somebody. Carter made a pass on Mesa that I did not think that was a passing spot, and that's coming up to these next set of corners right here. This section of the track's really preferably one line, but like we saw earlier in the race, I think it was Carter. He got past Mesa right there, so very interesting.
Yeah, and to your point, but I have seen drivers take this straightaway and go double wide, and that driver that tries to push in their nose on the right side can make it work. It's just there's a difficult line because the terrain changes slightly more on that right side of the track than on the left side. So, but it's possible. I've seen it in the GT4 series that we did last. It's very difficult, but possible, as we've seen with what Carter did.
Yeah, and this Oulton Park too. It's rough. It is not a smooth track by any means. The scan that Kumos did has been perfect because this track is absolutely it looks smooth, but it has so much undulation on it, and it affects the car big time because you can be following somebody and duck out to either the left or right, and you can hit a bump in the track that's not there on the racing line, and it throws you off altogether. It's like Carter's got a good run on Baisden here, but I don't think he's got no, he didn't go to get exit at all. Baisden was able to hold him off. Oh, coming up to some lap traffic. It's like Jorge Barrera's in front of them.
Whelpcake says so. The KTM has to get it done on the Camaro after the Shell oil hairpin. Shell oil hairpin. Gosh, that's hard to say. If the Camaro is in front at the first chicane.
Making a move on Carter. Sends it on the inside. Oh, there's contact. I had to believe. Carter's on the outside. Mesa's on the inside. Mesa might have this done. And he does.
Oh, wow.
Good move.
Now, we don't have light stewarding, so if there's any... Oh, we have a car that's gone into the pit.
It's like Jorge Barrera pit. Probably get out of the leader's way. Smart move.
Hey, thanks, Mr. Shy Guy, for the bits. Really do appreciate that. He's able to maintain that P2 status. Looks like he's breaking away just 3/10 off of him, as we have Kosovic still holding the same spot, but no improvement upon his abilities there.
Yeah, and these top three guys have almost a 3-second lead over Kerstetter. So while they were battling, they pulled away. Oh, there's a crash. Kerstetter and Kosovic.
Oh, no.
I saw at the very corner of my eye. Yeah, Kosovic is down in 8th place right now. And Kersetter's ahead of 7th.
And that drops him to P8 with Josh Willis right on the heels of him. And
I bet that was a pass gone wrong.
We have Kerstetter ahead. It's now in P7. With Riley Manier ahead of him at P6 and Diego Masachero holding P5. And, anything could happen. I mean, we have 8 minutes left on the time, and look at that. We have two Area 51s holding 1 and 3, and then the Naps team hold P2, 4, and 5. Wow.
And Mesa is all over Basin right now. He is charging.
What a shakeup. I mean, one mistake from that, from one of those drivers during that pass on the hairpin has sent these double reds closer to their competition. This is the first race right now. Wow.
So you're telling me we get to do this all again?
One more time, and with drivers even having more improvement upon this track.
Looks like Danny Basin's struggling. He's taking. Oh, he's wide.
Ooh.
He's on the side by side. Oh, that's tight. Gonna get tight. Oh, wow. I don't think he was clear, but he made himself clear.
And that only gave Carter the room to push up a little bit towards Mesa. Wow. So we have.
I bet you Basin won't make that move again.
Yeah, you stick on the Mesa fight, and picture in picture, as you want to be able to look at, is they're focusing on Mesa right now. As Morrison's focusing on Mesa, and I'm switching over to some other battles that might be happening on track. We got Andrew Pickle, who's Pickerel. Gosh, I can't say that correctly.
Pickle the Pickerel.
Who's fighting Jason Provolone. And they're about 3/10 off each other right now. We have a lot of these drivers in the midfield that are holding some decent gaps from each other. Just want to be able to support everybody that's on track. We have Eric Miller in P17 fighting against Jarek Snyder, who was able to claw himself out of last place and get himself up there in P16. So it just goes to show you that even if you're, a wreck happens, and you drop down to the backfield, doesn't mean the race is over. And Wellcakes did ask earlier, but Morrison, I don't know if you know about this, but the endurance race that we're going to be having on October 10th between 949 Sim Racing and Tracklicious Sim Racing, it's going to be 25 GT4s, 25 GT3s on an endurance race. I believe it's like a 4 to 8 hour endurance race, something to that effect.
Yeah, I'll have to double check on how long it was, but it's definitely 4 or 8. I think it's 4 hours to be honest, but I think it could be 8. Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, multiple drivers are gonna be on each team that will be going on that one.
Yeah, it's our first. It's Trackalicious's first driver swap endurance event. I know 949. I think 949's done an endurance swap before, but this is Trackalicious's first time doing it. So it's gonna be. I'm super excited about it. I can't wait to get in it and hopefully not mess it up.
Yeah, it looks like Miller had a slightly good run, but it was offset by going a little to the left through that hairpin.
Oh, Mesa got in the back of Basin. Send him wide. Oh, they're side by side on the front stretch. Mesa's got the line. Oh, they're battling. They're bumping. They're door slamming each other on the front straightaway. Mesa's through. Oh, he sent. Oh no, he sent Basin off the track. But he keeps onto it. Oh,
he flashes his lights, so you can see he's not happy with that.
Oh, and Carter. Oh no, the Camaro. They're going at it. The Camaro. Carter got by Basin.
Oh no. Wellcake said it was a 4-hour Laguna Seca. That's going to be a massive event for the mixed race. Carter's getting so close.
I don't think Carter liked that move on his teammates. So Carter's like, I got a car. Let me get in this battle right here.
This is.
Oh, he's going to have a bad exit, Mesa. Oh, but Carter got loose on the exit. Oh my god, their nose to tail, 1 through 3. Oh, they're gonna split him. That's not gonna work. Carter down the inside of Mesa. Oh,
he doesn't exit through that. Yeah, that's definitely a track limit right there. They're breaking away slightly, but
that battle's not over. There's
Yeah.
less than 3 minutes left. Oh, this is gonna get good.
You can tell they both did not like that as they're both attacking. It is not in good form to put both your rivals behind you like that. Mesa's going to have a tough battle ahead for him.
Yeah, Mesa, what Mesa needs to do right now is disappear. He needs to set in some absolute records of a lap time and just disappear from those two Camaros, because I got a good feeling that when either Carter or Basin's able to catch up to Mesa, it's not going to be the most prettiest of passes.
Oh, I don't think so.
Oh, they are going at it. Basin's all over the place. He's hustling that Camaro around. I think the handling went away on Basin. He's not as solid as he used to be. He's sliding the car more.
Well, car number 52, Basin, when he went off on that yellow flag, might have injured his car slightly. That is not where you want to be, staring at those the front ends of those Camaros. There's some palpable tension.
And then Andreas Masacheto's right behind this battle. He's a little far off, 2.5 seconds, but he's closing quite a bit. Both of them, actually.
With a minute and 23 seconds, they're not going to be able to close in enough. But you can clearly see this is the battle.
That's good points for the Peruvian team. That's first and a third, or first and a fourth.
But even better points for P2 and 3. So I think it's going to really be a strong battle this year, or this season, for these teams, as we do have the NAPS team. They have 284 points, and Area 52 has 230 points right now. So these two top teams are, neck and neck. And Area 52 did not even attend the first race, which will have a drop race. So whoever has the worst amount of points throughout that series will drop that set doubleheader, and then they'll calculate it that way.
Kostovic is making a move on Kerstetter, but no avail into turn one. That's the closest battle they have. Oh, wow. Kerstetter goes way wide.
Looks like, yeah, if you're looking at the picture-in-picture, that's exactly what Morrison's doing right there.
Kostovic gonna make a move. No, nothing there.
I definitely apologize for not having the picture-in-picture showing most of this race, because I forgot to hit the button to transition it. Well, it'll be an interesting. It'll be an interesting second race, that's for sure. Because we're still learning. We're still learning here at Track Sim Racing.
Kostovic on the outside of Kerstetter. There's contact. Oh, Kostovic is in the dirt. Keeps it back on track. Stays side by side with Kerstetter.
Wow, is that Josh Willis behind them?
Josh pulled it in there. Wow, good move. Saw the door open and he just went right on through. No questions asked. Not even a hello. He just went right on in.
There you go. Allard Mesa, P1. He goes across the line with David Carter in P2, Danny Baisden in P3, Andreas Masachero P4, Diego Masachero P5, Riley Manier P6, and then we have Joseph Kostovic in P7, and then Josh Willis P8 ahead of Kerstetter in P9. That's I believe that's what happened. No, Kostovic was ahead P7, Josh Willis P8. No, Kerstetter was P9. He really pulled it off in the end there. Ollie Rasa P10, Chronotis P11, Wassam P12, Provolone P13, Pickrell P14, Bravo 15, Snyder 16, Miller 17, Ray Frias 19, Cassian 19, sorry, and Santiago Roscoe 20, Barrera 21, Engelman 22. Whelps Cakes, we are pulling this from Discord actually. And if we were a little bit more professional, we would have had this running in tandem. But my apologies on that one. So we will get the race leads in, and we will be starting a brief free practice before going on to qualifying, which is another 10 minutes. Um, as we still have some drivers that are actually out on track. It's going to be Barrera going across the line. And there we go, finishing it off in that McLaren. I don't know why people don't like the McLaren. They say it's slow, and hard to control, but the GT4 McLaren's I enjoy it.
It looks amazing.
Let's see. Let's go with crap. Okay, can I bear with me as I get the race leads with us? Morrison, stay here for a second. Okay, gentlemen, we're going to talk to you individually, but we'll just start with the race winner, Ellard Mesa. Congratulations on that race. It was very contentious. Towards the end, when he made that move against Danny Baisden, it didn't look like it was 100% clean. I wasn't totally visible for it, but what do you feel on that?
Yeah, it's tough track to pass. On that one, I saw him go wide, so I took the inside. And yeah, I think he had not enough space.
I understand.
So, but I'm not an expert on this, so I'll let the steward decide. And whatever happens, happens.
And as far as the pressure goes, you must have felt it for the rest of that lap as you had Carter overtake his own teammate and really push it in the back end of you, like so close. I was afraid tensions were high, but everybody remained, professional through it. Were you worried at all?
Yeah, he came out close. Luckily, there was no contact. But it's a tough track to pass. Like, it's really, really tough, and especially you have the guys, that are as fast. Yeah, it's tough to pass. So, but there was some door banging between me and Bison on the main straight.
Yeah, and it showed you guys had an exceptional qualifying, exceptional race. You were able to capitalize off that first at the start of the race when everything went green. Great race, Mesa, and can't wait to see what happens in this second race of the doubleheader, as well as qualifying.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough again. Thank you.
Yep. And we had in P2 David Carter, who was the the sleeper that we were waiting for. We heard great things, and you really pulled it together. Your qualifying was amazing. It was exceptional. And here you are, P2. Are you're happy with that, or do you hope things were a little different?
Yeah, I'm definitely happy with it. First race in the series. I think nobody quite got a perfectly clean quali lap. So I happened to start at pole, but Danny got around me at the start, and then we followed in a bit of procession for a while. Then stuff got a little bumpy, but it's GT4 racing. It is what it is.
Do you guys have team orders, or are you guys really just racing for your own race, and then whatever happens?
Yeah, no,
happens?
we're really just here to have fun, and however many points we can, rack up as a team, that's all the better.
Well, it was a great race. Do you have anything to add as far as on Mesa when you when you went in after the what happened during that first turn? Did you feel like you needed to overtake him quickly, or what was going on?
Yeah, I think I wanted to force the issue. I knew he might be a little, he might make a couple of mistakes under pressure. I saw him go wide in a couple of exits once he was in the lead. But yeah, I forced the issue. But when I saw the door was closing, I didn't make contact.
Well, great race, Carter. I can't wait to see what you do in qualifying if you can get out front and get some good clean air.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it was exciting. And then in P3 we have Danny Baisden. You were P1 at the start of the race, so I mean, what are your thoughts? And are you okay with it? P3. It's a great race.
You always want better. But no, GT4 racing is a blast no matter what happens. And I sure as heck wasn't going to let Meza just walk around me. So I was going to make him fight for it. And you guys saw the outcome of that. But overall, it was a great race. Carter is super fast and always has been in GT4s. So honored he will join us with racing for the team with me and Ed. And hopefully Ed cannot get a puncture this round. And maybe we can have a 1, 2, 3. That'd be awesome. But we'll see.
Oh, yeah. And speaking on that, I mean, it was awesome to see not only the double red stripes going down the line, but just seeing them behind you guys in each step of the way with Kerstetter there is it was, you know, fantastic racing. But as far as points go, you guys are, you know, you have 230 points right now, and Naps has 284. So we're definitely gonna have that drop section. So your first race that you weren't with us, it's gonna even itself out. So you guys are very close in the points. So being able to hold P2 and 3 is definitely gonna be very optimal for you guys. I mean, a great race. It was fantastic. There was all 7 of you in the top 7 were literally 3/10 off of each other, and that was just insane to see without, you know, minimal contact for the majority of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, GT4 racing, you're going to have more contact than you will with GT3s. It's just the nature of it. Less aero, more mechanical grip, and the cars are way closer in overall speed. So it's going to be a blast regardless. And like Carter said, we're out here to have fun, and you guys are putting on an awesome event, and I can't thank you guys enough for it.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being here, Mesa, Carter, Basin. We'll move you back in your respective channels. And thanks again.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
And Morrison, do you have anything to comment on top of what they were talking about?
I think they were very civil with each other. From what we saw, it was very aggressive. I don't think any of it was dirty. There was definitely some very, very aggressiveness there. So the fact that they were all very nice and clean with each other is very, very nice. I thought for sure Basin would be a little bit more upset with Mesa. He probably is, but he was like, let's just keep it clean and let the stewards do their job, which glad I don't have their job because they're going to have to look at that quite a bit. But that was a great race.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, the whole battle, they battled the entire race. There was not a single minute in that race where they weren't either nose to tail or side by side for the entire 30 minutes. I mean, I struggled to get around Oulton Park for like 5 laps in a row. And these guys went a whole 30 minutes with it. So that's impressive on its own.
Yeah, and, you know, that was the great thing is that even though there might be some stewarding happening for penalties, because of last Thursday, even though that was really contentious, and there was some incidences for sure that happened, but ultimately everything that happened on the track was a racing incident. There was no driver penalties this week that were going to be served. And so, I mean, that I guess goes to show you that it is, like Basin was saying, less aero, more mechanical grip. You just have drivers, you know, bumping around like NASCAR more than anything else.
Yeah, you can absolutely lean on each other in the GT4s. Like I said, the GT3 cars have so much aero on them, and it's just a little bit of contact can ruin the whole aero on the car. So in these GT4s, you know, there's more mechanical grip than anything. So it's very cool to see each other lean on each other in the corner, and it doesn't spin them out either. I mean, it's just they can just bump and bang and rubbing because rubbing's racing and keep it going, and it's exciting for us to watch, and I'm excited. This next race is going to be probably even better.
Oh yeah, we have 2 minutes and 14 seconds left to go before quali starts, and it's going to be a 10-minute quali followed by another 30-minute race. As we see Andreas Montecerto on practice trying to get faster. The fastest time on the track was recorded by Carter, I believe. Was it Carter that did the one? Yeah, it was Carter, because Basin was behind him in second. And that's where they initially touched, is right off the first turn, like right off that first turn when they went side by side. As they said, there's no team orders, so they're not, they will try to get the most points. They'll still race each other. So this isn't a Hamilton Bottas situation. We have drivers that are going to be pushing each other, to get the best position possible. And Carter with a 142.076 or something to that effect. It was, hundreds off that 142 right off the flat, and that's where you want to be. I mean, we have Andreas with the fastest practice time of 142.9, and we saw where he was at in that lineup. He started P6, P7.
Yeah, I find it very funny that Carter, he was like, "Oh, we didn't get a good clean lap," and what is a good clean lap for him? If a 142 is not clean for him, what is a clean lap? A 139, 140? Who knows?
Well, Cakes. Let's go back a little bit. Everybody was pretty happy with Baisden's voice. They really enjoyed that, so we can get a little bit of that as a chat. And then Vulcan said we need that beautiful race that goes along with that voice, right, Mr. Shy Guy? Face. Okay, beautiful face that goes along with that voice. Okay, I don't know what's happening in chat.
I think it's a little ASMR going on here. I don't know. This is not this channel for that.
Yeah, and then Mike B. This is GT4 racing, not a baby shower. Oh, Cakes. I miss Cabron streams maybe. Bring back that stash. Carter's clean lap is he travels through time. And Well Cakes also says he's already run the race. People just haven't realized. Yeah. Yeah, it will be interesting. I hope he gets out in front and just jumps ahead, because his version of a clean race is he did have some lap traffic when he was going through his flyers, but so did every other driver. Kostovich had traffic.
Yeah.
The Masacheros had traffic. It's a really short circuit.
No, this track's not long at all, and it's like they talked about. It's narrow. There's not a lot of places to pass. The places that you can pass, you have to have momentum and have to have the drive to get up next to that guy and put it on the inside. Other than that, this track's, I mean, pretty much single file, but it produces great racing because, like I said, with all the elevation changes and the track's super bumpy, it's creates a great racing, and the curbs here are super flat, so it's when you hit the curb, it doesn't upset the car entirely, so that's always a good thing to have.
And we are going to the end of free practice. Now it's going to be qualifying. Let's see who goes out first. And it looks like we're going to have... Oh, look at that. He jumps back into the pits, one of the Naps drivers, as we do have the... oh, man. I got to get out of this for a second. We have Raza out there. Kerstetter. Car number 30. Who's Raza? Raza is the TWP Racing. And he's going to be going out first.
And Raza, in the first practice session, was in the top 5.
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly what happened to him in the qualifying and in the race, but hopefully here, he's out front right now, so hopefully he get a good clean lap in and
Carbon.
Spoiler here.
Well, Morrison, we should note that it's you say Carbon and not for Danny Baisden, because that's his name in Discord. It's Carbon. Don't call him Carbone. He really hated that, says Webcakes. If you want to stick on track with who's behind, who do we have right behind Raza? Car number 52 and Baisden. If you want to stick on Baisden, I'll stick on Raza here. That way we can really maximize the potential of the what we're looking at. I really should let's see. Can I pull that up and it still work? Okay, it does work. Sorry, 10 minutes ago, 2 wheels for life, 87. Thank you for the follow, really appreciate it. And Wellkicks, thank you for the prime sub as well. That's really awesome, guys. Ollie Roz has already gone into the pits. So we have, I'm going to drop onto Willis if you're going to stay on based in there.
I'll stay on Basin, yeah.
And
Now that we have started the actual flying lap process, out laps are done, so now these guys are on flying laps.
so these guys are on flying laps. And I don't want to overload the picture-in-picture too much. So I'm still going to be running the quality times, but you're mostly going to be seeing deltas for the top drivers that, well, you'll see the sector times for half the grid. So if anyone's wondering about that, it's hidden behind the picture-in-picture. But I'm going to be waiting until we get to the flyer as they go across. Is that Kerstetter Josh Willis is behind? It looks like it. Oh, if somebody has taken out those tires, they're definitely... somebody
That's gonna hit the performance of the car by quite a lot.
Yeah. Well, and Wellcake says, in terms of track layout, where do you think the action is really happens at Oulton? I think Morrison has already said it first, but what was that? The back chicane is where you could really send it in on that.
Yeah,
on
so
the
there's
inside.
after the banked right-hander, the hairpin, that first chicane that you come up to is a really tight spot. That first chicane, actually, it's not so much an overtaking spot, but if you get through that initial like left, right, left clean, you can gain time on the guy in front of you. So when they go up to the next chicane, you can send on the inside on driver's right and hopefully get a good pass going. That's usually typically where most of the excitement. I mean, on that last race, I mean, the entire track was the excitement, so you can't really say there was a specific spot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kosovic
As a
did it.
Kosovic, yeah, with a 142.5 in that KTM sets the fastest time, just dropping Josh Willis down to third place. So we have Andreas Massachero with a 142.1. Wow, he was holding it in on practice because in qualifying he has just dropped a full 9/10 off of his time. Now almost holding it to a 142 flat. What an impressive drive for Andreas Massachero. As Ed Kerstetter pulls in a 143.1, Diego Massachero with a 143.3. We have Allard Mesa in P6. And you're looking at Carter by chance?
I am. I was waiting. He was on his out lap, so unfortunately it didn't count. But he was almost a second and a half, almost 2 seconds above. But he was on his out lap, unfortunately.
Yeah, I agree.
Right now is well, that's compared to his out lap.
Wellcakes, he says, I'm a big fan of people going side by side on Cascades. Cascades, that initial run towards after that down the main straightaway when you're going through your lap, it's that left-hander that goes into the hairpin. Yeah, I like when drivers do that. They can get some time. As we have Ellard Mesa goes P1 with a 141.7 as Basin pulls off another run with a 141.8. They are just 1/10 off each other, beating out the 142 times. Oh my God! These drivers are aliens.
David Carter's yet to cross the line. He's nearly almost 2.5 seconds off his previous lap. Which
What
could have been his out lap.
is happening? As we have
Oh, his lap
Kosovic
time
holding
tracking.
142.5. We have Carter going across the line. Pulls
Third.
P3 with a 141.9. Still a 141. We're seeing these drivers pull insane times. Faster than the previous. We have Josh Willis half a second better off of his time. About 7/10 as he goes to that third sector. The fast left-hander.
Oh, Mason just validated his lap. Oh, that's unfortunate. He was up on his time, too. So did Basin, but we knew that.
The 130
David Carter's up on
R1
his.
Island and
Kostovic is nearly almost 4 tenths up on his time.
yeah, the yeah,
Josh
that
Lewis?
left-hander. Yeah.
Josh is almost
Ooh,
7
we had
tenths.
a couple people jump into the pits. They had maybe some contact or something else happened, but they both went off at the same time. Josh Willis goes faster with a 142.5, pulling in P5. As Basin is on an invalid lap, Carter is not improving upon his time right now. We have Kostovic is already 5 tenths faster going across the line. He clutches P5? That really shows you the difference here.
Kersetter's up a second on his time right now, so you should be in at least the 141, high 141s or low 142s. He comes across the line right now.
Yep.
Fourth click.
Fourth fastest.
142. Yep.
And I was just looking at this. Basin was on an outlap going for another clean one. And based on his times, he's actually going to be able to go again on another lap. Oh, no, he invalidated on this lap. Danny Basin is not going to be able to improve on this lap. Best he could do is try to get across the line for one more lap in.
Riley
Is,
Meir came across the line there.
P8?
P5 over P8 overall. It's like Pickrell's on a really good time right now too.
See Pickrell. He's
He lost a
pushing
little
it.
time on that. Final corner.
It's not going to be enough to move him out of P10.
Improves the time, but unfortunately does not improve on the overall position.
As Jason Provolone is also going across the line. He's going to have another attempt to go for a quali lap. Crossing the line, he holds P13 over Eric Miller. Constable Cody Wassam from the Greendale Community College team is rounding off that a right-hander.
See what kind of lap Riley Meir
Ooh.
can pay out. He's 3 tenths up right now, 4 tenths up.
Cody Wassam pulls P11 with his superb time at a 143.2. That really just shows you how tight this grid is. As we have Carter cross the line, holds P3, doesn't improve upon his time, but is able to get one more lap in as Kerstetter is just ahead of him, so he won't see too much lap traffic. Has anyone told Coasty that hovercrafts aren't allowed?
We won't tell if you won't tell.
Yeah. I don't even...
Like Riley Meir's on a great lap right here. He's 3 tenths up, almost 4 tenths up on his time. 7th overall. Just beats out Josh.
Yeah, by 2 tenths. It really shows you that we have 3 drivers in the 141s now. And then P4 through P8 is 142s. Jumping to the P9 to P16 at 143s. And right now, going across the line, we have nobody. Diego Masachero is improving by a couple, just a tenth so far.
I think we found the limit of how fast you can go around here in a GT4 car.
I really think so. As qualifying is ending, these drivers only get their one final attempt. Eric Cassian is one of those drivers that's going to have that attempt. As Diego goes across, he is 5 tenths faster. Oh my god, I didn't even notice that. He's going to cross the line and hold P9. Even though he was faster, he didn't improve. That really shows you where the grid really is. And we have Kerstetter going across. He still holds P4. And then we have... Oh, Eric and Cassian's finished. So every driver has crossed the line. We are out of here with this this nonsense. going right back to the live screen. We have our picture-in-picture up. This time it will show for the different different things happening in this race. It's mostly on my bad.
Jay, what's your predictions for this race? Who's going to win?
Oh man, at the start of this race we have Mesa in P1, Bass in P2, Carter P3, Kerstetter 4, but another Massachero in 5. So if Andreas doesn't pull towards the front of those drivers and get to P3 at least, Mesa is going to be in big trouble with all three of those Area 53 drivers Area 52 drivers sitting right there, right against him. So I mean, you just look at the field right now. He's gonna have to. He's got the inside corner going through turn 1, but he's gonna have to hold this the entire time. It's gonna be a rough.
It's gonna be tough. We
and-
saw in the last race that the Camaros were by far faster at the beginning of the race, and the BMWs came in at the end. So, with Mesa starting up front, you kind of wonder if it's going to play out the same as if these Camaros, the Area 52, are they going to get past Mesa super quick because Mesa's car hasn't came in yet, and then we're going to see what we happened before, or is Mesa just going to disappear with this? He can just run off into the sunset and collect all these points and leave Area 52 in the dust. I don't think that's going to happen personally, but you never know.
I don't think it's going to happen, but you do hope that. Well, we do know one thing is for certain, and that these drivers, they know where each other stands in terms of their driving and like where they're going to push the limit. And so I think Baisden and Carter know where they're going to push Mesa, and it might be for, the standings in this race. So I don't think it's going to come to blows, but it can't. There's another possibility. We're going to see another gentleman's touch going through turn 1 or through one of the chicanes. And Whelpcakes with the. As we're just scrolling through some of these liveries that you can take a look at, that we got the Beetlejuice team supported by only one driver tonight, I think. It's Cassie McConnell and Sundar. Yep, just one driver on the field. I really do enjoy the Rich Energy one. This Pickrell and Chronotis design is fantastic.
Can't forget about the TWP cars. That pink on that car it stands out in a sea of dark colored cars. They just pop like crazy.
Oh, it's definitely popping, that's for sure. So we'll go back on board and in just pulling back to the chat, Basin Carter, Kerstetter for Camaro Voltron and Save the Day form the Camaro Voltron and Save the Day. The Camaro is pretty rough on the fronts, right? Is it more or less than the Beamer? Whelpcake says this Beetlejuice livery, the second best 80s movie. And then looking forward to another great race. This is going to be an interesting race. Morrison, what are your predictions? Do you think these drivers are going to push ahead and bully Mesa out of P1 through that first turn?
Depends on the start. If they get a good start, I definitely probably see it happening. Hopefully it's clean. Hopefully there's no contact. Hopefully they all stay on the track. That's what we want to see. We don't want to see anyone get off the track and get wrecked. We don't want to see everyone stay on the track. But I definitely think that they got something for him. They weren't happy with how Mesa got the lead and won the race. So you got to know they're like, we got to get this guy. We got to get him. We can't have that guy win again. Because they won it at 1, 2, 3. So they're going to try like hell to get the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, if they do that, from my knowledge and recollection, it will be the first time we see a team pull off a 1-2-3. Because I don't even think the Naps have pulled off a 1-2-3 finish. I think they've been close. We've seen a lot of 1-2s from the GT3 series as well as the GT4. We've seen some 1-2 finishes from teams, but never a full 3-manner. And look at them. Area 52 is the new bullies on the track. When we first saw those double reds, they were taking those Beamers, 3 wide on other drivers and just giving them a little rub.
So this past week, I talked Tuesday. I talked to Andreas Masachetto. I gave him a small interview, and they practice, him and his brother. They practice 2 hours a day, every day, on the upcoming track in their BMWs. So they have practice and have skills and have notes on every track condition, every weather condition you can think of. That's why they're so fast. They prepare every day for this one race, so they know all the variables that can happen. Of course, but going 3 wide, I don't know how you can practice going 3 wide, but definitely they practice 2 hours a day to make sure their setups are correct and make sure they know what's going to happen. So
that's extremely impressive for these drivers. Yeah. We are going to be crossing this line for green just in a second, and I don't know where you're focused on.
I'm in the back.
Okay.
I'm watching Ray right now, watching the backfield, make sure we get to this first corner as we go green.
Oh, wow. Basin already crosses pass with Mesa, and Mesa's now P2. He takes him on that first turn. That is a clean overtake. He collected a lot of speed going through that. That was impressive.
It's like we have one of Locos Tacos cars off. Could have been a Zorco. But so far, the first 3 corners all nice and clean.
And there's Danny Basin in the lead already. And that is a nice S forming from these drivers going through that chicane. Nobody's pushing each other yet. And incidents collected, we have 0 so far in this race. Nobody has touched each other.
Oh, the tire bale's been hit at the chicane. Oh, one of the BMWs hits it. Unfortunate. I hate to see it. Looks like everyone's fine. No one got off track. Just the tire bale is no longer there in that second chicane.
If I had known better, it would have been Chronotis. He loves those Ballards and...
It was not Chronotis, though. I don't think it was. I was one of the TWP Astons that hit it.
Oh, okay. Carbone is the Italian mark. And then Vulcan says, them Mario boys are at it again. If anyone needs any clarification on the picture-in-picture, we're looking at a couple different things happening on track. We got some backfield, some front field. Right now, you're not going to clearly see who's on, but if you need any clarification, Morrison's definitely going to be pointing out anything that happens in his picture-in-picture view. That might be something you see. This is the first time in a long time we've been able to do picture-in-picture, so it's great that we have it back. Oh, is those...
Looks like Josh Willis just lost a couple spots.
Oh.
He was battling Riley, and looks like the other Masachetto got by him, Diego.
And that's what you don't want to happen when you're battling. Defending or attacking, you don't want a driver that's two cars behind capitalizes on what you guys are doing. I'm just watching the latest F1, the Russian GP. Leclerc was battling one of the Aston Martins, and while he was, getting a little frustrated, kind of go passed him. Was it Max Verstappen just waited, and when Leclerc made a mistake, he capitalized on both of them. So it's exactly what happens. You don't want to forget there's a car behind you. And we are still holding strong. We have Joseph Kostovich of the 949 Sim Racing in that KTM. It's still holding a pretty steady drive there. P6, he finished overall fairly well. Despite that accident that happened, he was able to come back and make a strong case. Finishing P7 or 8 at the end of it.
P8, I believe he got.
Yep. What I really want to see is how Riley Menier, who wasn't here last week, holds up against these drivers that are ahead of him right now. Whether he's going to be... Riley Menier takes out one of the Ballards there. He didn't leave that up to Chronotis.
No, I'm watching Chrono right now. It looks like he's crying in his car because he wanted to take it out and he did not get the chance.
Yeah, definitely feel it.
So now watch Chrono. He's going to be attacking, and because now the fun part's taken out for him because he loves taking out the Ballards. So now that they're gone, he's going to be racing really hard.
Oh, we still got one on track. Let's see if he tries to take it out. And he takes it out! Or somebody took... One of the Rich Energy took it out, didn't they?
Which Ballard was that? There's nothing left.
That was the one on the right. There was one on the right side after that chicane. I saw somebody take it out on screen. If you listen, you can hear a weed eater in the distance. That's when you know Ghosty is coming. The funny thing is this driver has such an obstacle already that he's in the KTM, but we have Provolone on the back end of Wasm. He is only a 10th off this driver. Let's see if it pans out.
Nice battle going here for 4th, 5th, and 6th. We're all within a second of each other. Crusaders leading this battle. Andreas Monticello's behind him. Kostovich and his KTM go-kart behind there, and then Riley Menier is closing in on them.
Josh Willis and Pickrell are double wide, but Josh takes it through that chicane. It looks like Ali Rasa's sitting between a Kronos and Pickrell sandwich there, the Rich Energy team.
It's a really calm race so far. I'm actually quite surprised.
Yeah. Car number 55, Eric Cassian, and car number 747, that's Jed Engelman. Both, they made some contact with each other, and that's why you can see those drivers in the backfield there. As we have Jed Engelman trying to make a move on Orozco. And well, Kate's saying Kosi may not won this race, but he will win the award for most 45-degree angle cars on the angles on a car body. And we have Provolone still on the heels of Constable Cody Wassam here of Greendale Community College. That's TWP Racing for you.
Oh, Andreas Monticello. Oh, no, that didn't work. Oh, him and Chris Sutter got together and they were off the track. Kostovich is going to... Oh. You hate to see that. That was not clean at all.
Oh, my God.
On the bonus, Kostovic and Riley Maynard able to take advantage of both of their misfortunes.
Manier, Riley Manier, definitely got ahead on that advantage. That's unfortunate.
That looked like a pass. From when I was watching it, Andreas went to go to the inside of Kerstetter, and Kerstetter closed the door, and it was too late. There was some contact, and they went off. And then they just kept going off. They crossed the track again and went off on the other side. So damage to both of their cars. So let's see what they can do here. Hopefully they can regroup. A ton of time left, so I'm sure they can regroup here and get back in it.
That does not bode well for the points for the Masachero brothers, as they need to have, way higher, because Based and Kostovic taking, Based and Carter taking P1 and 3 this race. It's really just going to put them more level in the team standings, and that's going to be highly unfortunate.
And at the front of the field, it is tightened up. We are less than half a second between the front three guys, between Bazin out front, Meza in second, and David Carter rounding out your podium. They're ganging up. The Area 52 cars came out to play today.
Probably Rasa just gets overtaken by Chronotis for P11. It's a good overtake there. And that was right before that chicane. And there's some massive damage from Andreas Masachero as well as Kerstetter. The best thing you could do for your team is to let your teammate by who doesn't have a damaged car.
Yeah, I would definitely let Diego through. Diego wasn't necessarily too terribly fast in the first race. Seems to be doing pretty good so far in this one. But yeah, he has a clean car, and Andreas has a lot of damage. So if I was in that situation, I would definitely let Diego go through.
Especially since you want to have even if he wasn't the fastest driver, Diego has been.
He's off the grass. He's on the grass. He keeps back on. Oh, that was unfortunate. He got wide on the exit of turn 1, and the car just washed out on him. Stayed in second, though.
Oh, wow. Andreas went slightly to the right side off that same sector and going through the Cascades. I thought he was going to go off track there. Oh, that was close. He's going to try to
now under severe fire from David Carter. Well, I think I jinxed myself. I said this race was nice and calm, and all of a sudden it went from 0 to 100 real quick.
That is the commentator's curse if I've ever heard it. Whelpcake saying even the placement between the track map and the car timing. Oh, he loves the picture-in-picture. Thank you. Appreciate that. And so even with Oulton being a technical circuit, it seems like a straight line shootout. Kerrs had the line on 3, 4, and 5. Oh, absolutely. But the damage for both these drivers is pretty intense. They definitely went into wall. That was side damage, front end damage, definitely back end damage for that Camaro. So you might have some aero issues. But the fact that
they took a hard hit into the wall.
Oh my God! No, Kerstetter is into a wall. He's back on track. Oh, he's trying to. Oh no, he's slid back off, trying to regain himself. He's going to be dropping down the positions, and he's letting all the drivers by safely as he tries to re-enter. Andreas Masachero. Yeah, I don't know the play-by-play of what we could be said happened.
I could take a guess on what happened, but we'll let the stupid roll out.
They were, very close, and when he was about to turn right into the right-hander, that is where Andreas's front end was, and unfortunately it pushed him left into the wall almost immediately. And then from there, it's just an incident. Yeah, you hate to see it. Kersetter's in P18. Blaze Senior, thank you for the follow. Heaven Lena, thank you for the follow. And Suppose Haas, thank you for the follow. We appreciate it. Sorry we've been getting right back to these. I honestly think there's a delay in my when it tells me that there's a new follow. Yeah, but tries to push Andres off. So I asked Masahas, thank you for the follow. In chat, Morrison, they're saying he tried push on Andreas off track. I have the clip, 1 sec. He pit maneuvered himself. It's possible. It's totally impossible.
We'll have to let the stewards handle that one. As a commentator, you know, we commentated what we see, but it's hard to make a judgment call on what they're doing inside the car. It's unfortunate that it happened because you don't want to see it. I mean, it's very unfortunate. And both of those drivers were super, super fast in the first race. So, yeah, we'll have to let the stewards handle that one and see what happens next week for as far as like any penalties are handed out and whatnot.
Absolutely. We don't have live stewarding, but we do have post-race stewarding.
We have a crack team of chief stewards. They're quite busy after Kailami, but they're getting there.
Oh!
Jay's speechless. He's so excited by all this, he can't even talk.
Yeah, no, I'm just taking a quick look at the self-pit maneuver. It looks like he... for those of you in chat, you can clearly go take a look at it and take a look at that clip. For those of you who are not using the chat function, you won't be able to see that, but... Hey, Russie B1, thank you for the follow. That's awesome. Just briefly, we could take a look at I'll take a look at Mesa and stay on Ellard Mesa in this this fight that's happening. Ooh, we have Jet Engelin off. Let the stars take a look.
Yeah, I'm watching the battle. Andreas Masichetta with his damaged BMW is actually closing in on Riley Menier. And Menier. In the Discord, it's Rudy, so that's why it's
had
Rudy.
To stick by his official name that he wants us to use. It's Riley Menier. Late race seems to favor the Beamers. Yeah, I think yes and no. Webcakes. That's what he was saying. Late race seems to favor them. Yeah, there was a big incident that happened for Kerstetter, and there's, you know, nothing you could really do in that scenario, but we still have Baisden and Carter in P1 and 3, as well as, you know, Mesa is up there, but Andreas is P6. I think what happened last race was a lot more interesting for these drivers, for these teams, because both their drivers were, you know, in a line with each other. So you have some distance between Andreas and Diego, as well as, you know, their teammate who's in P2.
Yeah, and right now, like I said, Andreas is hounding down Riley Menier, and then Diego, he's all over the back of, well, he's not all over the back, but he's pretty close to on the back of Josh. So the BMWs have some speed, and we are in the later stage of the race. So it seems like with all the damage to Andreas, he's still fairly quick. Ooh, we got a nice tight battle back here for 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th, and 16th. Yeah, we have Jarek Snyder, Cody Wassam, Ray Frias, and Jason Provolone, all within 1 second of each other, battling for, unfortunately, they're battling for 12, so not where they want to be, but good battle nonetheless.
And
Oh, there was a battle there as Ray was under attack. Oh, and Cody looks like Cody went wide. Oh yeah, Cody's off the track. Oh, that's unfortunate. It's like Snyder's got to run on Miller coming to the second chicane. Miller using the grass to get the car turned. It must be tight. Snyder with a good exit, getting the run on Miller up the hill.
okay,
Can't do anything, unfortunately.
I'm going to do something that may or may not be a pro strat move. Let's see. We're going to, while still watching what's happening here on screen, we're going to take a brief look at what happened during this this maneuver, this pit maneuver that one of the somebody in the chat did. So we'll just pull this to a half
Looks
second
like Ray
here.
went off track.
The fact that
And
Oh, Snyder on the inside of Miller in turn 1.
And Morrison, you can't see it on your screen, but I'm pulled up the replay right now for everyone to see on view. It looks entirely like they're side by side, and he goes left slightly, or Andreas was just holding his line. He's already basically off the track. He's almost into the green, and it's not a great, representation with the camera angle, but it looks like he just does a self pit, and you can clearly see these guys were side by side, and he has all the room on the right side, and they just get too close together, and while they bumped, it only ended badly for Kerstetter.
And while you're watching that, I unfortunately missed it, but it looks like Mesa went off track because he is now 4th behind Carter and Kostovich.
Oh, that is it's there you guys go. That was the first ever replay within the stream, brought to you by Soyas, the driver, or the one of the chat box people that was able to pull that clip for us to show on screen. Yeah, it does look like that. That KTM is holding P3 as Allard Mesa holds P4, like Morrison just said. We have Baisden and Carter holding strong times. We have Andreas Masachero trying to have a go at the Josh Willis here. Picture in picture in picture.
Picture inception.
Yeah, should have just done it inside the picture so you could see the picture within the picture. But it would have been really small. And it looks... What? Something happened to Josh Willis there. Andreas now holds P7. And Willis is behind Andrew Pickrell. Did you?
Yeah, he was in front of Diego Masachero for the
Right through that
longest time.
hairpin, it looked like something happened.
I thought I saw it. I'd seen something. I couldn't get to it quick enough.
There's
I got
definitely...
new toys over.
It's one of those things where it was on screen, so they got to see it, but I myself wasn't looking directly at this screen to get a hold of exactly what happened. We have Diego cleanly ahead of Josh's. If a picture is worth 1,000 words, how many words is a picture and picture and picture worth?
3,000.
Somebody says it equals 1.
It equals 1. It's a lot of pictures.
In the closest gaps we have right now are
It's about a second, it looks like Carter and Kostovich.
yeah, there's half a second off there from that. the main cheese himself, Jason Provolone, is in P15, about 3/10 off of Ray Frias, as well as Kerstetter, who's making his way through the track. He's already P13. He dropped down to P18 due to that pit maneuver that you guys were able to see on the review. But he's now holding P13. That's some strong driving from Kerstetter. Really just goes to show you his pace, even in a broken car like his right now. And it looks like we do have a driver that went into the pits and called it quits. I didn't mean to rhyme that. I really didn't.
Yeah, unfortunately, looks like Barrera's not had his night tonight.
He hasn't had a lot of nights. You know, it's unfortunate because he's a. I like seeing him out there, but incidences have been sometimes not within his realm. It's not his fault.
Like Kerstetter is on the run right now. That, like you said, that broken. Wow, that was definitely a broken Camaro, but he is quick right now.
Yeah, as you can look on the picture-in-picture, that's Kerstetter on as I was on him, but we're gonna switch over, and we have Morrison on that. That's Kerstetter going to be taking P12, P2, so 12. Sorry.
Looking to take P12.
We have 5 minutes.
Snyder's moving pretty quick right now. It's a good run for Snyder too.
Yeah, Snyder, that's what the Rich Energy team are the only team in the Audi. So I wonder how it fares on this track for them, as we definitely know where it stands for the Camaros and the BMW.
Just from an outside look, it looks pretty solid, pretty stable. I believe that is the closest battle on track right now. I thought it was a battle for second and third between Carter and Kostovich.
You know, this is something I wanted to, put in. This is one of the most insane views. Going into the cockpit view for the lawnmower with some added gas. He's holding a great line. It's definitely difficult as you only have like barely any part of the screen that actually shows what you can be driving in. This driver is not only showing how fast he is, but how skillful and technical he is, being able to drive with only half his screen showing. That right side really doesn't come into effect. I've driven in the KTM with a monitor and in VR. In both times, I thought there needs to be more screen.
Yeah, Kostovich is definitely trying to put the pressure on Carter, but it seems like nothing's really happening. He can get close, but he just can't get by him.
Oh, look at that. Joseph Kosovich is in VR right now, so... Oh, look at that run as Carter had a little bit of an incident going through.
That's what I was telling you. That first chicane, if you can get through it clean, you can get a good run for this next one, but unfortunately the KTM doesn't have the straight line speed as that Camaro does.
And my name is Yogi. Hey, thanks for the raid. Appreciate it. That's pretty cool. Awesome.
I head back over here to the Kerstetter and Snyder battle. Snyder's still holding in front of Kerstetter right now.
You know, that is...
It looks like Ray goes off track behind him. Now allows Provolone to come up on him.
Hey Yogi, how's it going, man? Thanks for that raid.
Provolone on the inside of Ray. Kerstedter's putting all kinds of pressure. Oh, there's contact. Oh no! Kerstetter gets into the back of Snyder and almost spins Snyder out. Snyder's in the grass. He's lost a ton of time right now.
Oh, that's a lot of pace loss. He's already dropping down in the standings as well. You hate to see it with only 2 minutes left to go.
That may have been a little bit of... Oh, no, as...
Wow.
Miller was off track there. Miller's losing spots. My goodness. Yeah, I think Kerstetter there was a little frustrated at getting stuck behind Snyder there, and maybe possibly some foul play happened. I can't
Wow.
really say for sure, but it's unfortunate
Yeah.
for sure for Snyder.
What a legend. Yogi was streaming for 10 hours. 8 hours of racing solo. Wow, that's really impressive. And,
That
you
is
know,
actually really impressive.
one of the things with Kostovich is that while he's holding it together and maintaining P3 right now with his KTM, I haven't seen him actually make a lot of, massive moves in the KTM. He's just been consistent, and that's what matters most when it comes to a race like this. As we have a minute and 10 seconds left to go. Eric Miller gonna have a slice from Provolone there as he goes in
Yeah,
on
I've been
that
watching this
inside.
battle. Yeah, Snyder's on the inside of Provolone here. Miller got off track and lost so much ground, which allowed him to get back here. Provolone holding a tight line. Here comes Rich Energy behind him.
Oh, both
Looks
of those
like,
rich energies are trying to
yeah,
have a go.
Snyder.
Oh,
Snyder.
Provolone's off to the side.
Yep.
Wow, those rich energy are double wide right now with these drivers.
Oh wow, be careful guys, don't hit each other.
It's two Aston
Snyder up
Martins.
the inside of Provolone. Gets it done. Oh no! Oh!
Oh.
Provolone. Oh wow, they saved it. Ah, that's impressive. I cannot believe that. That did allow the door for Chrono to get up there. And it looks like Chrono's gonna take the spot away from Provolone.
Thanks, Kyle, for the follow. Really appreciate it. From all of us here at Track Malicious Sim Racing, really appreciate that. The pressure is grating him. Wouldn't you say? I would say. I would say that he's it's really cutting at him. As this race is coming to an end, we have Danny Bazin.
I did believe we're on the final lap.
Yeah, we are on the final lap, and this driver is going to be coming across the corner very
It's
shortly.
like Diego Macedo's making a late race charge on Riley Minier, but I don't think anything's going to happen. He's too far back. He did close the gap quite a bit, though. He's running out of time.
Look at that. As we go to an end of this race, that is the checkered flag. Danny Basin of Area 52 Sim Racing. P1, David Carter. P2, Joseph Kostovich of 949 Sim Racing in that KTM lawnmower of a beast. P3, Ellard Mesa, P4. Andreas Masachero, P5. Riley Meniers crossing line at P6. Diego Masachero, P7. Andrew Pickrell going across the line at P8. Josh Willis at P9.
12th right now. Snyder's coming up on Miller in the final corner. See if he can do anything.
Ali Raza, P10.
Oh, far back.
Ed Kerstead at P11.
Looks like Miller's going to come across for P12. Snyder, P13. Looks like Chrono's going to just get by Provolone.
P14 for him. P15 for Provolone. Ray Frias comes along at P16. Wassam at 17. Bravo coming around the corner for Tocos Locos at P18. And then we have Eric Cassian rounding that final corner for the Beetlejuice team. And there you have it, folks. The end of the doubleheader. These drivers have come across the line. That's P19 for him. We're going to have Santiago Orozco, our last driver, going to be going across. That is Baisden, Carter, Kostovich. Let's see. I got Kosti, Baisden, Carter. We'll have a driver interview in just a second. I'm gonna. This is really difficult because I have to like. Hey guys, we got Coasty, Baston, and Carter here. Hopefully, I didn't interrupt you guys at all. Our race winners here, P1 through P3. I kind of want to start with Kostovic first, just because that KTM really showed itself. Joseph Kostovic, what a great race. You held P3. You would have held, a greater spot in the last race, but, barring an incident, it dropped you down a little bit. But how was that race for you, being, stuck between all those drivers?
Kind of like being on a sport bike between semis on a highway. Is the best way I can describe it. Race went well, just maintained my pace to keep up with the guys and got lucky with an incident ahead of me. There's really not much else to it.
Well, congratulations on holding P3. You're really strong driver. And, I mean, nobody expected that from a KTM. And, I mean, it's phenomenal. Your qualities have been great, and your race has been, pretty standard. Is there anything more difficult, like being around the Camaros over the BMWs?
I think it's about the same. Like I said, I just lucked out this race. I had a run-in with Ed last race, and that was probably my fault on there. But yeah, it's just a matter of being able to catch everyone in the corners, and then can't really do anything on the straights. So you kind of just got to pray for incidents or try to force one.
Well, congratulations on that P3. It's really awesome. Morrison, do you have anything to add for Kostovic?
I mean, he did everything you possibly could to get around that Camaro. It just seems like you said, you'd get close to him in the corners, and on the straightaway, he would just pull away. I can't tell you how many times in that first chicane, you got such a great run through it, coming up to the second chicane, but the Camaro down the straightaway would just eat you alive on the pulling away. So it's very unfortunate, but again, congratulations on third place. We weren't expecting the KTM to be this quick, and you, for some reason, are making it beyond quick, making me want to drive it almost. So congratulations on third place.
Thank you.
And heading over to our race winner, Danny Baisden, Carbon, you held it together. You stuck it on your own teammate right at this first turn. You were really just racing, a good fight. Great start to Mesa. That's who you actually really had it on, and it was what a great race for you. I mean, is there any point that you were worried about your own teammate Carter getting close?
Oh, always. Carter's incredibly fast and consistent. And I knew that he was going to be pushing for a win. In fact, I kept telling him, you better fight me. But yeah, I don't think he's ever driven the Camaro either. So he's kind of like Ed in that aspect, and super quick. I'm happy to have made it out alive and brought home another win.
Yeah, well, I mean, your guys' pace is definitely alien. Just seeing you guys drop down to the 141s was absolutely phenomenal for you, Carter, and then Ellard. That's just, exceptional. Morrison, do you have anything to add for Danny?
How are you able to go so fast? Because I am blown away by how fast you can go on this car. It seems like in the first race there, like you had that, didn't get the win like you wanted, but here in the second race, you just kind of stuck it to him and just kept it the entire time and didn't let up at all. Didn't drive away from anybody, but you didn't let anyone get close. So it's very impressive, and congratulations on P1. I believe this is the third win now for you, or is it the second?
This might be his third win for in P1.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I technically got 2 at Zandvoort on a technicality, and then Hungaroring as well. So I guess technically it would be my 4th, but the Camaro is a great car. A lot of people give it crap because it's the size of a semi. But that's the great thing about GT4 is every single car, as long as you put in the work, can be just as fast as you guys are seeing with the KTM, the BMW, the Chevy. All of these cars are within a tenth from each other when you put them in the best hands. And it's a blast. These cars are way more fun than GT3s, and I know I keep saying it. Thank you guys for putting on the event.
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
good to have another GT4 series.
it's great to even watch it. I mean, I love watching the GT4 series over the GT3, as you know, those bullets are just speeding by. The only thing that happens different is that they have high speed contact that results in like deaths. That's pretty much how those battles go. But being able to battle closely with that, it's a little different. Carter, like, great race. I mean, P2, that's got to feel good. Is there something you wish you'd done differently through quali or through the race?
No, I was actually pretty happy with quali. Similar time, I think, ish to the last session. But yeah, Danny was just a lot more consistent and definitely had better pace this race than the first one, and so he was head and shoulders out front, and I was just trying to give some pressure to Mesa from behind. Um, we did have a good race. There was a little incident into turn two, very light contact, but he did manage to save it, and everybody continued, so that was good. But yeah, just a really fun 2 races overall.
Did you notice something that happened with Mesa on his own through the backstretch there, which is what dropped him to P4?
Um, yeah, I think. Well, initially, yeah, he made a small mistake coming out of the second chicane, I think. So he had uh, a little pressure into the third sector, but then it was a small mistake out of turn one. I think he got held up a little bit by Carbon defending ahead, and so I tried to go down the inside into turn two. He closed the door a little late. I did brake early, but there was a little tiny contact with us, so that was unfortunate. But other than that, it was a really good race.
Well, great race, Carter. It was, what a fantastic opening for you joining this league. Morrison, do you have anything to add for Carter?
Well, you came in as the new guy. We heard the stories that you were quick. Turns out those stories are true.
Yeah, those
You were
legends.
very quick. Congratulations on P2. Um, are you gonna be around for next week's race? Because I hope you are, because I want some more of this action. I loved it.
Yeah, I'm definitely planning to be as it stands right now. I'm here for the rest of the season with these guys, so yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I think Donington Park is another pretty decent track for the Chevy, and then we go to some longer, more flowing circuits that it might struggle at, like Silverstone. But it should be interesting either way.
Well, I
Well,
am
David,
scared for the Naps
congratulations on
team.
P2. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
You guys are really pushing ahead, so that's it's definitely going to be some big points. Congratulations, all three of you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, looking
thanks.
forward to it.
All right,
Appreciate it.
Thanks for hosting.
Yep, I'll move you guys down. And Morrison, thanks for joining me with this. I'm Jay Alvarez, and I got Morrison with me commentating. And this is the end of our stream. Thanks for joining. We will be here for the GT4 doubleheader next week on Thursday, and then there's the Porsche Cup this Saturday, as well as the GT3 series on Sunday at 8:30 Eastern. These always start at 9 Eastern on Thursdays.
Yeah, don't forget everyone. Yeah, like you said, like Jay said, on Saturday and Sunday, it's Laguna Seca this week. So the Porsche race should be really fun on Saturday, and the GT3 race on Sunday should be pretty good. We did some practice last night, and it was some pretty fun. So definitely tune into that if you want to have a good time.
Yeah, and thank you everybody that was joining us in the stream. Vulcan, Whelpcakes, Kyle, Carbon, as well as my name is Yogi. It was awesome for him to rate us. We're going to do the same. We'll end up rating another channel right now.